Hello, second graders, and welcome to day 3. Let's go ahead and look at the problem. We need 4 equal parts, and we are given this rectangle here, and it wants us to break it up into 4, and the key word here is equal parts. So if you're at home and you have a piece of paper, something that you can kind of go ahead and sketch a rectangle on, go ahead and see right now how you would break it up into 4 equal parts, okay? I'm going to wait just a minute here and then I'm going to get my tools out to show you one way that you could have done it. There's many ways. So if you figure out a way really quickly, challenge yourself and try to break it up a different way into 4 equal parts. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get my tools. And I think what I'm going to try to do first is I'm going to break it in half the best I can. So that looks about half to me. Okay. Now, is that 4 equal parts? I only have 2 equal parts so far, but it helps if I go ahead and divide it in half into 2 equal parts. And then I'm going to try to split it one more time. There's a couple different ways to do this. What my brain is thinking is I'm going to kind of make it look like a window. I'm going to cut it again in half like this. Maybe a little smaller. There we go. So now you can see my 4 equal parts. Maybe that one needs scooched in a little bit, but you can see how I try to divide it. I kind of first went down the middle to split it in half, and then I went across this way to divide it again to 4 equal parts. Now, like I said, there's many ways to do this, so challenge your brain. Think if you can come up as many ways as possible. We would love to see you share that on the Google Classroom or maybe with your teacher in your Google Meet. There's one last part of the problem here. It says each part is a blank of the whole rectangle. And I have a word bank over here, so I want you to think of what would sound right and look right. So it's either each part is a half of the whole rectangle, each part is a third of the whole rectangle, or each part is a fourth of the whole rectangle. So that's kind of why my words are over here. It's a little word bank I should be thinking of. So once that I've divided it up into parts, did I do a half, a third, or a fourth? Okay, something to think about. You should be thinking it's a fourth. Each part is a fourth of the whole rectangle. All right, we have one more problem actually for today. So I'm going to go ahead and get my eraser, erase my rectangle out of the way here. And we're going to look at one more slide for day 3 today to challenge you a little more. There we go. Let's go ahead and look at our next slide here. Let me get my little tools out of the way. There you go. Okay, now we are back to 2 equal parts again. Same rectangle. So if we look at our problem, 2 equal parts. Very similar to the one we did, but we have to be very careful when we read the problem of how it wants us to break this shape up. So go ahead and think how you would break this up into 2 equal parts. Again, there's a couple ways to do this. So if you're at home, draw the rectangles, see how many ways you can break it up into 2 equal parts. Get my tools ready here. Let's see, I think I'm going to try a way that maybe is a little different than some friends are thinking. I am going to break it like this. There's my part. And there's my part. So I have 2 equal parts. I kind of split it right down the middle. Right down the middle. Again, there's many different other ways. Some friends might have split it up totally different than I just did, but as long as they're 2 equal parts, that is correct. Let me try one more way and see if I can make an equal part. I'm going to erase the ones I've made. And notice as I'm erasing, I still have that word bank on my screen today. I got to be thinking, am I doing two equal parts? Is that half, third, or fourth? These are some of the new words we've learned. So I'm going to get my tool one more time. I'm going to try one more way and see what we think. Let's see, 2 equal parts. There we go. There's a part. And there's a part. Perfect. 2 equal parts. No. I'm just seeing if we're paying attention here. This is not 2 equal parts. You should notice that when I am taking this little section off here, and then this big section off here, imagine if this was a chocolate bar. You would not be very happy if a friend said, oh, I will split it in 2 equal parts so you can have some and I can have some. And then if they gave you this measly old part, and they got to keep all this big chunk of chocolate. Here's an example of not 2 equal parts. So this was a trick to see if you're paying attention. 2 equal parts means the sides need to be the same size piece that you're cutting it into, okay? Again, at the bottom, be thinking of that word bank right next to you on your page. What would it be? Is each part a half of the whole rectangle, a third of the whole rectangle, or a fourth? So when I think of dividing something into 2 equal parts, kind of like the pizza at the top of your screen, it is divided in half. 2 equal parts, half, okay? Keep up the great work, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye.